Podcasting since 2005. This is the King of Podcasts Radio Network. KingofPodcasts.com.
A Protostar performance or AG's husband?
Woo! Hey, this is the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And believe it or not, whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it. Because you have to listen to Wrestling is Real. It is the best thing going today. Woo!
The worldwide leader of podcasting excellence. The King of Podcasts Radio Network proudly presents The Wrestling is Real podcast, because wrestling needs us.
This is episode 961 of the Wrestling is Real podcast. A raspy King of Podcasts here with you. Allergy ridden, but I did get to go and watch both AEW All Out and WWE's Wrestlepalooza here on a Saturday here on the program. We're going to recap both. Now, when it comes to both shows, I'll say this, it's really polarizing one way or the other, what they were and what they offered to us. Wrestlepalooza, for whatever kind of press they're going to get off of this, whatever they're going to go ahead and say were surprises or anything overly fantastic, I don't think there was. I mean, what I got out of this was one surprise. You have Undertaker coming out to go ahead and announce that Stephanie McMahon is going to be going into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. And there's that. Otherwise, we had several matches to start off the night for Wrestlepalooza that didn't make much difference at all. Just didn't really mean anything. And then we were into a middle of a full-fledged Simfest for a good 50 minutes of match action here on the program. Was it worthwhile? I guess for the fans out there, they enjoyed it. I guess for the fans that are Twitch streamers or anybody else that wants to go ahead and do like live watch-alongs, I guess, sure. You got some responses out of that, fine. And then what AEW gave you was a lot of matches based off of a lot of storylines. And yeah, I'm going to choose AEW All Out over what Wrestlepalooza was tonight. By far. It's not even close. Not like I'm saying there was nothing that I didn't like about All Out anyway. I did. But let's just get into what there is. I won't go too crazy into it. So, a little bit off of the fact that HBO Max gave an exclusive hour of action, which would have been the normal 0 hour, which was 4 pre-show matches. Missed all of those. And I also missed a little bit of the Cope Christian match with FTR because I was stuck doing Uber deliveries and then I was just in a bad internet spot, so I just cannot watch the match. But I caught up after the fact, and I saw that Beth came out to go and help out with Cope. And Adam Cope and Christian Cage, after all, do get the win. Cool. Kind of figured that was going to happen with the whole setup with them and what happened to them both. Still, Cope and Christian are still kind of at odds. They're not necessarily on the same page, but we'll figure that out. Same thing they're going also with in a trend that's going on right now across AEW, where we're getting a number of stars coming back to full favor once again, back into the spectrum. They're going to be back in normal programming. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, face turn tonight, kind of getting back together. We're seeing the Acclaim starting to go and get themselves patched back together with Jerry Lynn's help. Mostly a Collision storyline. We heard about the conglomeration and the fact that with one word, whatever, Orange Cassidy looks like he's going to be making his way back. Darby Allin has made his way back and now has a pretty strong feud with Jon Moxley going on. Something we were kind of waiting for in the Death Rider storyline anyway. Eddie Kingston's back. There's a lot of things that kind of give us what some of AEW Dynamite pre-Collision days was. The pre-CM Punk days. We're getting some of that back. Maybe it's going to hit, pay dirt once again. We'll find out if that actually helps out with the ratings. And, of course, MJF, in a rare loss, but in an amazing match with Mark Briscoe tonight in Extreme Action. So, overall, I mean, the tag match, I didn't feel too bad about missing Cope and Christian against FTR. The outcome I expected was going to happen, and it did. Eddie Kingston over Big Bill. Eddie Kingston finally coming back after a long absence, 16 months, they said. Good to see him back. Quick 7-minute win over Big Bill. That tables and tacks match was something else. Took a while for MJF to take some of the damage, but he did eventually. Took the tacks. Mark Briscoe took the bulk of it, and that guy, I don't know how he does it and still goes along. I really enjoyed Bryan Danielson on commentary throughout the night, especially during this Mark Briscoe MJF match, and also the main event. That was really good stuff. Almost to the point I almost feel like he was going to turn on Adam Page somewhere because of just the overhypeness of it. Like how involved he was in the whole night. But it didn't look like it was going to happen that way. It was fine. The Demand, the new faction name for Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona, the Gates of Agony, over her syndicate because MVP is the one that took the pinfall. Of course, Bobby and Shelton aren't going to take that pinfall. If you're going to get the pinfall, MJF will take it. He'll eat that first. Or to me, MVP, excuse me. Ricochet playing up, being a bit of the goof, a bit of the chicken shit heel, which was good stuff in all this throughout the night. Mercedes Moné and Riho had a pretty good match, but again, Mercedes Moné, interestingly pointed out, that was the 21st title defense she had for the TBS title, and Mercedes Moné now, more than a year later, still is very strong holding that belt, and whoever are they going to have to groom to take that belt off of her is not going to be anytime soon. And I can see her clearly going another year before we get to that point. I can see that. If you were talking about pure technical wrestling, Okada, Takeshita, Mascara Dorada, damn, that unified title was something else. 21 minutes, it felt longer because it just felt like they were getting so much in. Dorada getting a lot of moves tonight, also looking really good on the shine coming off the loss. And that was something they were really trying to do in some of these matches, which in AEW that happens. You see a very good match, and you can see a star in the loss come out of it looking better. Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, 20 minutes for the coffin match. That was pretty good. And, I mean, with Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, listen, am I the biggest fan of the Death Riders? No, but this still works out for me, and I think what they're doing to each other is just, how much farther can they go? We'll figure that out soon enough. Shocking tonight. Women's World title in the 4-way match tonight. Toni Storm drops the belt to Kris Statlander. Jimmy Hayter, Thekla also considered part of that match. Very good match. And Kris Statlander with the win. Very shocking to see that happen. But again, it's also with Kris Statlander using Wheeler Yuta's belt and the influence of the Death Riders on Kris Statlander now puts her attaching into that organization. Looks like eventually we'll figure out how that all goes. Brodito, another great match. And I don't know how Speedball Mike Bailey survived all the shit that he did. But either which way, Brodito looked great. Young Bucks looked great. It was really fun ladder match. And Brodito retains, so I can see that, where that's a good setup. Also, quite a division for the World Tag Team titles without Her Syndicate being involved. It's very cool to see all that. And how many teams they have put together to go ahead and compete. It was a really fun match for tag teams. Quite a tag team division they have right now in AEW. But the match that caught my eye, that really made me pay attention, that was absolutely wonderful, was Hangman Adam Page beating Kyle Fletcher. They almost went 40 minutes in the match. In the match, they made the point where if any member of the Don Callis family interfered, Fletcher would have been disqualified and stripped of his AEW TNT title. In the contract signing, they put that on Dynamite. And these two had a barn burner. This was an excellent match. Kyle Fletcher is a star. I mean, I didn't expect him to go and get this quick to speed into the main event like this, but he absolutely is a star in just about any promotion. He is now. This match made him a main eventer. He is now embedded in the main event anytime you want. And I see Kyle Fletcher as a future world champion. There's not even a question of that. What a great match. Ego, bravado. He is so solid in the ring. The commentary pointed it out and was very valid on it. Shit, man, what a work. And there's something about Don Callis and that association and the stars he gets to go and work with, where when you look at Takeshita or the association with Okada and Fletcher and Ospreay before that, I mean, there's something to be said about how they're making Don Callis they're making him like what Paul Heyman kind of was in WWE beforehand. But like right now, this is just amazing. Like Kyle Fletcher is doing it. And I just hope it resonates to ratings. I hope it resonates to much more because, I mean, he got it. And they said 26 years old. That's incredible. This match crisscrossed. It was running over into the 7 o'clock hour. I didn't even know Wrestlepalooza started at 7. I thought it started at 8. But then I missed the Cena Lesnar match. I didn't miss much. 8 minutes, 50 seconds. Yeah, Brock Lesnar can't go in long matches. And right now, what storyline are you working off of? Oh, that Brock Lesnar's kind of like just burrowing around like he's Godzilla out here or something? That's it. So John Cena gets to go and work with all these guys he worked with. And Brock Cena wipes the floor with John Cena. Brock Lesnar wipes the floor with John Cena. Done. Was that accomplishing anything? No. In the tag team match with the Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breakers, match with the Usos. Usos coming on the new gear. They're all back together. Intro, match. And there were a couple of botches in these matches tonight that did not look good. First off, it looks like Jey Uso definitely got a concussion. I don't even know how he handled that match, but like I really was just like, okay, how is it you're going with Braun Breaker and have to go and signal Braun Breaker to go and go through? I was like, okay, there's something wrong here. I thought it was a botch at first, but no, I realized it was Jey Uso. And the ricochet of, not pun intended, the ricochet of the chair shot and coming back to his head. And Jey not paying attention to that. I mean, I'm not going to blame him, but I'm just saying he was so close to that chair that for him to not realize that chair, if it hits like he wants it to, and he's not able to go ahead and keep that from the carom coming back, it did. And it split him open. And it's not good. So Jey might be out. You know, he's got to go through concussion protocol. I mean, it's one of those things. Don't bring him back right away. Get him attention he needs. It didn't look good. And that took away from the match, but unfortunately that's where we were. LA Knight is special guest referee. They don't want to put him in a title match. They don't want to put him in the main event. LA Knight is just kind of like just a hanger on. Is that a good look for him at all? No. But either which way. And then we move along to the Simfest. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky. Listen, these two had a very good match for 20 minutes. And Io Sky is a very good wrestler. Stephanie Vaquer holds her own out there just fine. She's got a great look. Okay. I am not going to get caught up in her because she has the right kind of look of her skin and her hair and the body. Okay, fine. Listen, she's Latina. I'm Latino. I see girls like that all the time around here. I guess maybe just being down here in South Florida, I'm a little bit spoiled because I can see a Stephanie Vaquer anytime I want just going outside my door. It's just kind of like that. So for the exotic field, for all of you out there that you get to see her, fine, devil's kiss. I appreciate you enjoying that, but they were destined to go ahead and put the belt on her. They put her in that whole setup so that she could go ahead and get a title shot. So she got it. And here she is. And Io Sky, bless her, but, doesn't really do much in terms of charisma. For Stephanie Vaquer, people really do get a thing about her. And, her being a face champion, you could get a number of stars you can go and bring on board and now have her take on all comers. But they wanted to do this with her anyway. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't put her in AAA to go after the Reign of the Reigners title, but they didn't. That's okay. there's still quite a bit of her where it comes to, I guess the language barrier doesn't matter to them at all, because it's not like she can go ahead and just cut straight up promos in English easily. I mean, she, of course, is learning English. She's gotten much better. But, you know, to kind of work out how it's always been, fine. But, you know, that accent's still a bit thick. And so for her to go in, she can't be doing any long promos. I doubt that's going to happen. I mean, interviews here and that, yeah, sure. But it's going to be, for her, it's match, match, match. But again, whoever holds that belt, it's match, match, match. There are not a lot of stars right here holding belts that could just carry a promo. And I'm not just talking to carry a competent promo. I'm talking about a promo that's actually going to mean something. Because unfortunately, I pointed this out on Wednesday. WWE right now is absolutely, whose line is it anyway in promo style now, improv for the stars. And there is not anyone, except for John Cena probably, that can actually handle the whose line is it anyway type of promo style right here, where they're just given just a concept, not even any talking points, just a concept. Well, just talk about something that has to do with this. So John Cena is better at it. Seth Rollins, he needs talking points. He needs a little bit of direction, like to get to one point to the other. CM Punk needs the same thing. I hate to give it to you. This stuff right here and the transformation going into the AJ Lee CM Punk match, the mixed tag team, AJ's husband, that kind of stuff, I mean, I guess, but, you know, that's a little over the top, in my opinion. I didn't really care for it too much, but, I mean, for people that want to enjoy that and they appreciate it, okay, good for you. But AJ Lee was rusty. 10 years, she's going to be rusty. I mean, she kind of figured out her moveset, but if obviously they were trying to protect her, you know, in this 30-minute match, they basically kept her out of the ring for about 20 minutes just to go and work at that hot tag. Like, that's basically what they're doing. So, hot tag, the hottest of hot tags they could possibly do. So there would just be that amazing pop they get when she finally gets in. But, I mean, they kept her limited. I mean, yeah, she finally got the Shining Wizard. She got to the Black Widow. And she would do, you know, jump off the top rope, things like that. Fine. That move where she got into the mix where CM Punk went through a table, that looked bad. That's probably not something she should have been part of. But it is very clear that AJ Lee and Becky Lynch being left in the ring so that AJ Lee could go and get the pinfall. Fine. Again, didn't really matter much to me. Drew McIntyre, another title shot. Gets over on Cody Rhodes for a bit, but Cody wins. Predictable. They have nobody for Cody. Cody has this belt back after he beat John Cena. Nothing for him. There is no plan. There is nothing of some of these people that are holding belts right now to where I see any significant real interest into who they're going to be facing next. There's no storylines behind it. And if there was anybody outside of who was not on this pay-per-view, Sami Zayn or somebody else, there isn't. I hope ESPN enjoy what they paid for. I also hope they appreciate that they got the Netflix type deal where you're paying $30 to watch on ESPN and you're consumed with how many ads out there? Ads during the program? If you're paying $30 a month, why are you getting so many ads? Not just promos, but you're getting actual ads here, even on a $30 a month buy. But then you see the mat, and I was completely distracted the whole night by that stupid mat. It's one thing how they do it in boxing, where you kind of have everything set up, okay, on the ring ropes and, you know, on the turnbuckles, things like that, great. But all that crap on the mat like they have it. Papa John's, Chime, Riyadh Season, Fireball Whiskey, Xfinity, Slim Jim, Old Spice, Minute Maid, Aviator, Cricket 5G, V-Better. Really? That ring with that many ads. No wonder they had to keep using the drone shots, the overhead shots, because you needed to see the effing ads. And if you don't see the ads there, you got the commercials too. I don't know. I mean, for those of you that really do enjoy this, I hope you enjoy the bubble. I hope you enjoy that little world that WWE gives you, because I don't get it. This is not this is not even the WWE that I was watching like a year ago. The Netflix era of WWE is so commercialized now and so ad driven. I feel like I'm watching an infomercial. It's like, no, worry about the matches. Just we need the commercials. The commercials are important more than the matches. The commercials are more. We need the stories of the commercials to get across more than the storylines do. So don't worry about storylines. Don't worry about anything else. It's the commercials that matter. That's what really matters. That's what TKO cares about. Now, I would absolutely go longer tonight, but I'm absolutely suffering right now trying to go and do this review. So we're going to leave it here tonight and just we'll come back when I feel better. And All Out, more fallout from both Wrestlepalooza and All Out here on the Wrestling Podcast, because wrestling needs us.